Hello, I'm Tia Cat and welcome to my channel. Today we are playing Sentimental Trickster Soichiro's Route. um, I'm loving how much love this game is getting. This really is one of my favorite games. I really enjoy it. It's very realistic. I don't know if it's classified as yaoi, which is made for women, or bara, which is made for men, but I feel like it likes to cut away the typical stereotypes that goes on. But anyways, let's get back to our normal things. So previously, Haru has a heart-to-heart with Soichiro about using the word no, and Soichiro leaves Haru, and Haru's going around, and because of me, he chooses to look at a picture because, I have to. And then Haru's like rehearsing, like, I will get back to diary, we'll get back, and then he gets interrupted. He has Reiko, obviously, and Soichiro coming back, and Haru goes back into the closet. No, and then he hears things and witnesses things that he does not want to hear or witness, and runs away. And now we're in the forest reading Soichiro's dead wife who killed herself's diary. And that's where I left off. Alright, well, let us continue. He'll probably give me one of his "you can do it, don't give up" speeches. And I'll hate it. Maybe I'll just quit and not say anything. Not to him or my friends. And this woman clearly has depression. Very bad depression. They wouldn't understand anyway. Lately, all they've been talking about is how great their husbands are, so I don't see them as much. Somehow, I feel better when I'm by myself. When he comes back home, sometimes I want to tell him to leave. Better that than smile and pretend we're okay. If this makes me a horrible person, so be it. Dear Diary, I did it. I quit my job. I told him after the fact to avoid the speech. He looked betrayed, like it was my duty to discuss it with him. Like he could have done something to prevent it. I don't care. He betrayed me first. He was supposed to be my husband, a real husband. He was supposed to make me happy, and I don't even remember the last time I felt happy. Not that it matters. I don't even think about it that much these days. I sleep a lot. It helps me forget. I don't know if I'll keep writing in here. It seems pointless. One more. Dear Diary. So it turns out I'm depressed. How cliche. After I forget to turn off the stove and nearly burned down our apartment, he made an appointment and practically dragged me to see a doctor. They did all the usual tests, ruled out cancer, dementia, so the only thing left that fit my symptoms was depression. He said he was sorry for not noticing sooner and for not being there when I needed him, for being a terrible husband. I wish I felt something when he told me all that. He says that if I take my meds, I'll get better. No time. But so far, it's all the same. They gave him this leaflet, how to help a loved one during treatment. Now he comes home earlier and cooks for me. The food is absolutely terrible, and he doesn't get better at it, no matter how many times he tries. He also insists on doing stuff together. Let's go for a walk. Let's play a game. Let's watch something. Let's go and meet your friends. The other day, he said, we should get a dog. Like that would somehow magically cure me. I guess I should be grateful to him, but the truth is, I'm sick and tired of it. I just want to sleep. Dear Diary, there's a tingle inside of me, and no matter how much I brush and pull it, it won't come undone. It's big and black, twisting and turning, growling, growing even. I feel it in my throat every time I breathe, every time I speak. He says he has hope. He says that this time the medication will work. But hope is only a word to me, just like happiness or marriage. I remember I was happy once. I mean, I don't remember the feeling, but I must have been. I'm smiling in all the photos, especially the ones from our wedding. They're bright and colorful, like my life must have been back then. I tried to picture that day, but it's all blurry, like it's someone else's life. I feel broken. How can I ever glue those pieces back together? Maybe I shouldn't. What am I staying here for? I close the diary and draw in a breath. It's not the end, but I can't do this anymore. She was hurting so badly. My own problems seem so small in comparison. Too bad knowing this on a rational level doesn't make things easier. I walk around a bit, moving my body feels good. If I focus really hard on it, I don't have to think. It's around midnight when I return to Soichiro's house. It doesn't really feel like home anymore. Yep, this sounds more like night sounds. The lights in the living room are still on, and I can hear everyone's voice. Great, so they're holding an impromptu bonding session today. Never rains, huh? I feel angry at myself for not being brave enough to open the door. If I could just waltz in there despite all that happened, I would, but I guess I wouldn't be myself then. For a moment, I consider spending the night in the hotel, but I forgot my wallet. Yes, when you basically have a panic attack and rush out of a house, you tend to forget things like wallets. I'm about to turn around and walk for another hour or so when I hear a familiar voice. I freeze. Oh yes, I remember this part, but I'm going to play through it anyways. I've recognized it everywhere. I fling the door open and run into the living room, because I honestly don't know if it's different or not. I see a warm, cozy tableau. Shinya stands near the window, leaning on the wall and facing the couch. Hane sits in the easy chair with a cup of tea in his hands. Soichiro sits on the couch, and on his left, she's wearing a purple blouse and a pink skirt she made herself. Her hair tied in 2 braids with a couple of loose strands, and her cheeks are flushed slightly, as if she walked in the cold for a long time. Her eyes are warm, summer sky blue. My mom. When she sees me, she smiles and gives me a little wave. She gets up and starts walking towards me. Surprise! Hi, Haru. Why? Why are you here? The question comes, but out harsher than I intended. She stops her smile. She stops her smile, disappears, and she gazes at me, her face now tight with concern. Is everything alright? The easy atmosphere evaporates. The room gets very quiet. I feel everyone's eyes on me. I try not to look in Shinya's direction. Haru, if this is a bad time... It's fine. Everything's fine. I should be glad to see her. I should be hugging her right now and telling her how I've missed her. That is what my brain is telling me, but the rest of me is just screaming in frustration. Why now? I wanted to see you. I thought I'd surprise you. Are you happy to see me? Oh, I'm thrilled, ecstatic, can't you tell? Maybe we can go to your room and talk. But why? You looked like you were having such a good time. Maybe it's me who should go. I clearly don't belong here. Why are you sitting here with everyone laughing when I'm... She takes a step toward me. I move away. She looks hurt, but manages to smile. Honey, I was waiting for you. Soichiro and I know each other. You remember that, right? He invited me in and we started talking. The others saw us and just joined in. We were actually talking about you, how great you're doing. Soichiro tells me you two have been cooking a lot and your grades are so good, Haru. I hear you're quite a star in acting class. You're working so hard. I'm proud of you. The words feel like a punch in the gut. Proud? Is that really how you feel? Of course it is. I'm sorry. I can't do this anymore. I turn away from her and walk back to the front door. I close it behind me. I stand a couple of meters away from Soichiro's house, inhaling and exhaling slowly. I'm cold, but it's okay. I want to stay here until I'm numb enough to stop feeling anything. Stop feeling things. The front door opens and I hear familiar footsteps. Haru, can you go, please? I'm going back in 2 days. I hope tomorrow we'll be able to talk. Please call me. I love you. Her voice is quiet and rough. She stands there for a few seconds, but I don't turn around. Finally, she goes away. I return inside and go straight to my room. No one stops me. I shut the door and throw myself on the bed. After a while, I start feeling very young and foolish. She drove all this way to see me, and the first thing I did was make a scene. I never lashed out at her in this way before. Will we be able to make up? And Soichiro, why did I have to realize how I feel about him? Things would have been so much easier if I didn't. The image of Reiko's tongue in his mouth flashes before my eyes. I flinch and stick my head under the pillow. How do I erase that from my mind? How do I go back to how things were? Today, for the first time, I take the bus to university. I give Soichiro some time. I give Soichiro some lame-ass excuse and bolt before he can say anything. To the untrained eye, it may look like I'm running away, but in truth, I'm regrouping. I just need some time to figure out how to act like myself again. I try to focus in class, but my attention keeps drifting away. Soichiro's wife. I read about depression, but I never really understood how horrible it was. What was it like for Soichiro to know that the person closest to him was suffering so much? Her death must have nearly broken him. Maybe it did break him, but he put the pieces back together. He did something his wife was simply unable to do. After class, I sneak around avoiding Reiko. I run into Soichiro, but he doesn't ask me if I want a lift home. It's a good thing, really. I don't feel like going there anyway. I overhear a group of classmates talking about going to karaoke. I don't know them very well, but they seem friendly enough. I tag along. Maybe this is what I should have been doing all along. Instead of hanging out at home with someone twice my age, I should have explored the city, should have gone on adventures with other young people. I should have lived my life. Everyone has to sing something at karaoke. Choose an old superhero song, of course. Miss every note. We all laugh. After we've had our fill, we go eat some fast food. Then we get on a bus and ride to their favorite pub. I don't drink much and they don't force me. Finally, we hit a club. I'm determined to enjoy myself, but my brain decides to jump ship after the third song. I shout my goodbyes and leave. I take a bus trying to ignore the pounding in my skull. I did so many things today, but I don't really feel satisfied or happy, just exhausted. I keep thinking about my mom. I haven't called her. I know she'll go back tomorrow, but I'm just not ready. I don't want to say anything I'll regret. Maybe in a couple of days, a week or two, we'll make up and everything will be right again. But not today. I can't do it today. I walk through the dark, empty forest and reach Soichiro's house. There's someone standing outside. Of course, she won't give up that easily. Her ears and her nose are bright red. She must have waited for a long time. But she didn't go inside, not after what I said to her. I don't want to talk. I'm sorry, Haru. Yesterday, I shouldn't have come here like this. I didn't know anything. Why are you apologizing? Because I hurt you. I wanted to see you so badly that I didn't think about your feelings. I didn't even call and ask you if it was all right to come over. Stop it. Stop making me feel guilty. Please don't be mad at me. I'm not mad. You are, and you're hurt, and you won't tell me anything about it. It's fine. You never tell me anything. It's fine. Don't say that I'm your mother. And you should go. I won't. How can I go when my son is... Your son is what he's always been. A sad, pathetic homo. She winces like I've just slapped her. She stares at me wide-eyed. Yeah, I said the H word. Felt like I needed to for that line. Why are you looking at me like that? You knew all along. The way I looked at guys when they visited me, it must have been so obvious. I've liked boys since I was 6, and I've hated myself for it. You should hate me. You should cry and yell about how I've disappointed you. You should abandon me, but here you are. Suddenly she closes the distance between us and hugs me tight. I freeze. Then I try to pull away, but she holds me tightly. I don't want to hurt her, so I stay still. Haru, listen closely. I'll tell you a secret. Let me go. You're the best son in the entire world, and I love you. Let me go. No. I feel her heart beating furiously against my cheek. But her voice is calm. You make me smile. You laugh, even when you're hurt. You never complain, even when I want you to. You try so hard at everything. It's not true. I don't. I ran away. I couldn't. My voice breaks and my eyes sting with tears. They stream down my face, tickling my chin. I know. Sometimes it's just too hard. Sometimes I'm scared too. You have nothing to be scared of. Yes, I do. I'm scared that you'll go somewhere far away and never talk to me again. Why would I'd never... I'm not a good mother, Haru. What? I knew you liked boys, like you said, but I didn't talk to you about it. I pretended that everything was fine. And when I found out about what happened to you in school, I still didn't say a word. She's crying too now, so I hug her. I can't help myself. I was so stupid. I thought you'd tell me yourself. I couldn't. I know. When you left, I realized what I'd done. But I called you, and you seemed fine. I thought that maybe this was what you needed, that this would help you tell me someday. I thought so too. And look how well it worked out. She huffs out a small breath. That's not funny. Haru. Yeah? There's absolutely nothing wrong with you. You're the funniest, kindest, most amazing person I know. And remember, I will always love you, no matter what. I love Haru's mom. I just want to hug her. She starts stroking my hair, and my vision blurs again. Promise me that when things get hard, you'll tell me. I promise. We stand here, hugging. I feel safe in her arms. I know that my mom is not strong enough to protect me from any real danger. If I wanted, I could easily lift her up. But my body doesn't care. I feel every muscle relax. Nothing bad can happen to me now. I take a deep breath and inhale her scent. It reminds me of home. Okay, we should let go now. Otherwise, it'll be awkward. You mean more than it already is? This is what happens when I want to give you space. We should never do it again. She sighs, but it turns into a laugh. I follow suit. Finally, we let go. So, do you want to come in? Please come in. You look ready to freeze to death. Thank you, but I think I'm warm now. I'll go back. I have to wake up early tomorrow. So, we're good? I mean, Haru. Yeah? They're good people, your housemates. And Soichiro, he really cares about you. You think so? He, doesn't just like me because he's my teacher and my landlord, right? Of course not. He was so proud when he was talking about you cooking with him. I heard you getting so much better at it. I'm not even scared to eat his food now. Well, okay, maybe a little bit scared, but definitely less than before. When he talks about you, his voice changes. He sounds happy. I haven't heard him like this in a long time. Soichiro's a good person. They all are. This time, it'll be different. How do you know? I just do. It's not logical. She can't know the future. But she smiles at me, and I believe her. Well, we'll end this episode here. We will, see what happens now after this little touching moment in the next episode. I am Tato Cat. Have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon.